know. There's been weird things happening in this house all day.
That was weird.
Oh my God, all the hair is standing up on my arm right now.
What was that noise?
I don't know. Who was that? I can't do this. Oh my God! What the fuck?
Kathy at the Haunted Hill House, Mineral Wells, Texas.
They said it was haunted by a little girl.
This entire visit, I had a sinking feeling in my stomach.
I had like immense back pain suddenly.
She was yanked off the bed. This was not a fall.
Suddenly, a glass that was on the table just broke.
Can you help me investigate?
Welcome to Ghost Files, where we take your evidence and our tools into the field to expose the supernatural. My partner, a skeptic. Myself, a believer. Both of us, truth seekers. This week, our team travels to Mineral Wells, Texas to investigate the Haunted Hill House. Oh boy, the Haunted Hill House. I have to say, the history here is pretty harrowing, maybe more so than any other house we've ever investigated.
Yeah, it seems depressing.
And now we're going inside.
We're gonna find a bunch of ghosts.
Isn't that fun? It's been a while since I've been scared walking into a place.
You a scared guy tonight?
Yeah. In the late 1800s, William Kyle, a Texas Ranger, and his wife Franny Yeager Kyle built a house on the site of several wells which housed crazy water with supposedly miraculous healing powers.
I'm thirsty.
For crazy water?
For crazy
You know
water,
that's
my
problem.
friend.
I think that's just whiskey. I think that's they were just drinking whiskey and be like, this is healing me. I feel great.
But are there places in this town where we can get some of this sweet, sweet water?
I'm sure there are.
Because I want it. I want a Camelback. Can I get a Camelback in time for this shoot? Remember those things that like bikers wear where you're just like...
You're just slurping it up?
Yeah. I want you to hear my gurgles, you know? My crazy gurgles.
I don't know where they're sourcing the crazy water from, and I don't like drinking anything.
The ground, brother.
The Kyle family turned the house into a debaucherous brothel, home to prostitution, gambling, and multiple murders. After the current owners vowed to never stay the night, the home now sits vacant, leaving it to the resident spirits and a demon known to leave investigators covered in scratches and bites.
Okay.
Another demon.
Yeah, and good opportunity for scratching and biting, which is always a nice invite.
I also, I brought my little holy water pistol.
Good.
Because we haven't really faced on this show, I feel like, a formidable demon, and this guy, you'll
Certainly
see,
not formidable, no.
seems to be formidable.
Okay.
And as you all know, if you are used to watching me do this kind of thing, I am not a fan of demons, so.
No. Is this, do you feel more apprehension about this demon than you have some of the other ones we've done on Ghost
I feel
Files?
apprehension about every demon, but in this, you know, this is the current one, so yes, I feel a lot of apprehension.
Okay.
But I have a better pistol this year.
Do you? But it's just another water gun, isn't it?
Nah, it cocks.
It's a
It
child's
cocks.
toy.
No, it's like it's got the whole action.
Okay. He's cocking this season.
That's right. Sitting on 3,800 square feet, this two-story Victorian contains 5 full bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, and multiple hidden crawl spaces and passageways. We'll make our way inside to explore this house of horrors, working our way upstairs to Toby's room, reportedly home to a violent demon. We've placed cameras and audio recorders in 2 of the most active parts of the building in hopes we catch evidence throughout the night. First, in Toby's room, known to have the most activity in the house as multiple entities try to connect from the other side. Next, in the carousel room, where the ghosts of children supposedly still play with the toys inside. To end the investigation, Shane and I will each be forced to explore the entire building, one at a time, because the only thing crazier than their water is us. We're the only crazy people allowed in the building. That's why you don't need crazy water. That would actually probably make you more sane. You know, like how in math it's like negative, negative.
I don't think I'm crazy.
I don't think we could actually talk about crazy in this sense because it starts to get offensive, I believe.
Sure, crazy people.
Heading inside, the first area we'll investigate is the Shadow Man's room. The Shadow Man seems to be a figure so evil that other spirits express being afraid of him during EVP sessions. People have gone missing in this room, only to reappear later with no memories of the time they couldn't be found.
Like, I don't know, man.
There's nobody else in the world that I
know
would
what
like
to
that to happen to more than you.
I don't know what to say about the brains of these people.
What if it happens to you? What if you go missing? We're like,
it
where's
happens to
Shane?
me, then once
and you come
again-
back and you're like,
You can, if something like that happens to me, then once again, viewer, you can be 100% that it's genuine and that the dead walk the earth.
darkness seems to follow the Shadow Man as the connected bathroom was supposedly the site of a grisly crime. It is said sex worker Priscilla Blair murdered her abuser, Curly Kyle, and then turned the gun on herself. Allegedly, blood can still be found painting the walls. Yummy. Not great, not great.
Well, this place sounds really depressing. So on the EVPs, these other ghosts are afraid of this Shadow Man.
Yeah.
So we've got, once again, one of these sort of hierarchy of ghosts.
That's correct.
So Shadow Man, he's a big bad.
Big bad, yes. Big
And I
scary
hope
guy.
we're going to have some proof in the form of people listening to their little radio and going, oh!
I do want to get some EVPs of ghosts being like, what the fuck was that?
Don't fucking piss off the Shadow Man, dude.
Shit, dude, I fucking told you. He got pissed last time we did this. Okay, so now we're heading over into the Shadow Man room. This is where, as you would expect, the Shadow Man is seen.
Lot to take in here, okay.
We'll come back.
All right.
We'll explore. Shadow Man.
Well,
This-
I didn't know that Shadow Man was such a big fan of little dolls.
I mean, I guess if you were a perv and killing kids, you would be a fan of dolls. Isn't that right, Shadow Man? Are you an aficionado of dolls?
This is, I think, too many dolls. Usually there's a handful of creepy little dolls at the locations, but
Fair.
this is too much.
Let's just let that reset.
The REM pod creates its own circular electromagnetic field and will alarm when anything penetrates that field. The more colors on the alarm, the more significant the intrusion. The REM pod also detects temperature fluctuations.
The thing is, the other ghosts and entities in this house are said to be scared of the Shadow Man and the demon upstairs. I'm starting to get the vibe of why people would be scared of this person if they were living.
That's what you call your brain, the demon upstairs.
The demon upstairs. And I call my, that's the name for someone downstairs. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But anyways,
I heard a...
that looks like some sort of temperature. Oh, temperature going up. Yeah, is that you, Shadow Man?
I'm seeing little bleep bloops.
Now, let's just really quickly reach out to all the other ghosts in this house. I know this is not your room. Are you afraid of the guy who sleeps right there? Why are you scared of the Shadow Man? I'm talking to everybody else in the house. You see what I'm doing right now? Is I'm talking to other ghosts besides Shadow Man.
Oh, we're not. We're
Hopefully it pisses him
negging
off.
him.
Yeah,
or
maybe.
just
I
sort
mean,
of
we're gonna
giving him
nag
the
him.
cold
We're
shoulder.
gonna nag
A
him.
lot of other interesting ghosts here other than the Shadow Man.
There's so many other ghosts in this house that I'd like to talk to other than the Shadow Man. Who
so
to
many
my
fucking Shadow Men in all these places we go to.
Oh, I read a Yelp review of this house and it said, wow, really cool house, lots of really tough ghosts. Shadow Man, huge bitch though.
Huge, large
And
bitch.
bitch was capitalized in all letter, all caps, like a Trump tweet.
Carrie Victorian Death Doll.
Oh, you didn't like that, did you? Is that you, Shadow Man? Am I gonna pay for that when I'm alone? Step away.
Step away.
Step away. Shadow Man, if that is you, oh, do you want to talk? Can you move something in this room to show us? Can you scratch one of us? Make one of us disappear?
That'd be sick. Is Shadow Man everything that our light doesn't touch?
He's like the opposite of Simba.
Yeah.
Can you turn your light off? All right, Shadow Man, we're playing on your turf now. Go ahead and feel free to touch one of us or move something in this room. We're gonna give you some silence right now to do your business. Show us you're here. Show us your power. Is that you?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe not. I
Was
don't
that
know.
you, Shadow Man? Was that the little bump
Shifting
you?
my weight and not really hearing that again, so.
Could you not make that little knock noise again?
Yeah, it's not my weight shifting, I don't
I
think.
do not like this house. Wait, I think I just heard. Sounded like somebody whispering? Shadow Man, is that you? Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna move next door. We're gonna leave the REM
Interesting.
pod on in the bed in case you wanna
It's a weird one.
grow a pair.
I didn't foresee this.
It's just the first room.
Yeah, I know. I just. Oh, that's me.
That's
I'm
you.
walking toward it.
Let's go into this bathroom where something horrific happened.
Nice sign here.
Let's see. Priscilla. Ugh. Priscilla.
Oh, they got a Mona Lisa in here.
Whoa.
Nice to see her smile. I
know
don't
if
see
this is
brains
the-
anywhere.
I don't know if this is the utility belt,
see
but something
brains?
definitely tugged on my flashlight. Not a euphemism.
It's a tight room. I mean,
Somebody just.
Oh, there's the brains.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I'm not the one who put it there.
It's just, come on now.
Oh, wait, did they shoot themselves?
Well, she shot him in the tub.
So,
Priscilla? Is that you? Or is that Shadow Man?
Mark wasn't terribly close to that. Okay.
What the fuck is going on over there? Priscilla, if that's you, can you step away?
Shadow Man, is that you? Step away.
Curly, if that's you, step away.
It's Curly.
Oh, maybe not.
I don't know, man.
Curly, is that you? Step away from it. Oh, fuck, the second time. All right, Curly, if that's you, step back towards it. Step towards the red light. Nope. Okay, we're gonna be in the bathroom. Anyways, yeah, he was. I think he was killed in here, and then she took her life in here as well. She killed him with a shotgun.
Yeah,
Oh, there's a shotgun.
right. That's what it's pointing to.
That okay? Well, it would appear that stain right there is the It's where the business.
Matter,
It's where
the
It's
matter.
where it's where it mattered. Okay. Well, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna use the honey tone.
The spirit box rapidly scans radio signals to create white noise through which spirits can communicate, and the honey tone filters out the noise while amplifying only the voices.
That's the old honey tone.
It was a brothel.
Yeah.
Sounded like Eeyore was getting banged in here. Holy shit!
What was that?
I'm not sure what the hell that was. Was that either of you, Curly or Priscilla, or perhaps the Shadow Man? Whoa. It's the second weird thing that's happened.
Oh, we're supposed to be feeling our
I mean, I did feel someone tug on this flashlight back here.
Yeah, I
Not
just
a
saw-
euphemism, once again.
I just saw you sort of
No, but my knees.
and
Whoa.
look at your behind. Whoa!
Fuck was that, dude? And it sounded like. Was that you, Priscilla? It sounded like a female voice. But no, what I was gonna say is my knees buckled.
Yeah.
That was really weird. Priscilla, was that you or Curly? I know what happened in this bathroom, but just for the sake of exercise, can you tell me what happened to you in here?
What do you got in your little notebook there?
There's some sort of ankle I missed. Just her. What about just her? She was the only one you abused?
Go ahead and talk some more.
You know, one thing that's
Tell us
really
more
disturbing is when people see Priscilla, she has a hole in her face, just like a Is that correct? Do you have a...
Do you have a big hole in your face?
I heard, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It's huge.
I mean, if I see that later when I'm here alone, I'm gonna lose my mind, Priscilla. Can you tell me why you remain in this house, why you haven't moved? Fuck, dude! Did that sound like a no to you? Can you tell me why you remain in this house, why you haven't moved? Fuck, dude!
No, just sort of.
I asked why, can you tell me why you remain? Just big no. Can you tell me why you remain in the house, Priscilla? Have either of you two run into the Shadow Man next door? He lives right next door to you. I mean, quite literally, you share space with him. Yeah, over there. Is that you over there? it almost sounded like next to it, maybe?
Or yes.
Is the Shadow Man next to the bed right now? We're gonna leave this room pretty soon, so if you want to talk to us, now is the time.
It's now or never, baby.
She doesn't like...
Sound like a bark. Someone barking like a dog.
I'm gonna turn this off. All right, turning it off.
Bye-bye. Suicide female attachment. She's jealous and vain, doesn't like photos taken in mirror, involved in a fire.
Let's take a photo. Say cheese. Great. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna go to a different part of the house. As always, feel free to catch up with us, you know, drop a line. Next, we'll explore the Scratcher Room, where people claim to have been scratched over 600 times, including gashes deep enough to draw blood. That's not scratching. That's doing
That's
something
baloney.
That's rubbing.
It's horse shit.
That's the rubbing room. That's next door. The 600 times.
Come on.
You
grow up.
You really got to ask them to scratch.
I'm
your
gonna.
ear.
And
Like,
if it's scratching 600 other people and won't scratch one of the world's hugest assholes,
you should just go in there in your underwear like that guy at the beginning of Sixth Sense. You know, when he looks real cold. Give them a lot of surface area.
yeah,
And really explore the room.
I'm not gonna do that. But I will. You know, I'll
I guess
I'll
you
try
just
and
don't
get
care about
scratched.
the craft.
Yeah.
Once used for gambling, the spirits in the Scratcher Room continue their unruly behavior. The ghost of gambler Big Dick Tom has been known to put his finger up the butts of male investigators. I don't know how I forgot. I remember. We are going to seriously reach out, and I know we sometimes get accused of not taking the craft seriously.
I mean, it seems like
we did not
nobody
name
is.
this person.
Right. Yeah.
His name is Big Dick Tom, and he's itching for a butthole.
I mean, we'll see. Again, I will be brutally honest with our viewing audience, and if I feel even just a tickle down there, I will let you know.
Big Dick Tom. Funny guy. The ghost of gambler Big Dick Tom has been known to put his finger up the butts of male investigators, appearing on thermal cameras as he violates his victims. On our way to investigate the Scratcher Room, we captured this strange whistling noise.
Door, basically.
What was that? I did hear a whistle somewhere in this house. Hello?
Door, basically.
What was that? Whoever whistled, you come over here?
I gotta be over here.
Weird. Okay, so we are going into the Scratcher Room now.
Very good.
They would play poker here. Lester killed 2 kids. Or no, he killed 1 kid for sure, and definitely killed his, the mother of his child. So
That's all you need. Just one's enough.
1 is enough, but he did it twice. Now it is said that if you play here, they will play back. So maybe let's deal a hand. Got my Ovilus here.
The Ovilus takes environmental readings that spirits are said to manipulate, such as temperature or electromagnetic fields, and converts them into corresponding words or phonetic sounds.
Big Dick Tom, or as I like to call you, Tiny Dick Tom. You could either hit by saying hit on the Ovilus, or, as you can tell, I am standing up right now. My butthole completely vulnerable and exposed.
You could hit that.
My soft, fleshy hole, ready for a plucking.
A plucking. If you're looking for something a little wider, longer.
That's right, bonier for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, maybe. I'm waiting.
No scratches on me at this point either.
Yeah, well, actually,
What's that say?
not.
Not
As in like a
cup of tea?
knot, like in a rope.
Oh.
Hunt.
Oh, some people say, some people do call it like a balloon knot. You never heard that?
It does bear a striking
It
resemblance.
really does. Maybe he got a good look and was like,
He said later. Brave hunt later.
all right.
All right, we'll get to poking later. Message received, BGT.
Maybe he means later when we're bravely hunting alone.
That's right.
he'll get up there in our little knots.
Perhaps.
Yeah. I think all scratched people are liars. I think they're all liars.
What if I got a scratch right now? Do it! Come on, scratch me. I want you to do it. Come
If a scratch appeared on you, right? Channeling.
Channeling, channel it.
Channel your rage.
Create a channel. Scratch my arm. Scratch me. All right, well, you don't want to do it. That's fine.
In the future, we got to have like a little Velcro pouch on our stomach so we can open a little window and expose our belly button. Like a little
the thing
barn
you have
door.
on like your underwear, except it's for a belly button.
It's for a belly button.
Easy access.
Yeah.
Let's move over to Jacob's room.
Just next door is Jacob's room, haunted by the mischievous spirit of a child known for playing tricks on visitors, like tying their hair to the bedpost. Some believe the Shadow Man was responsible for several deaths in the home, including Jacob's. The boy was found hanging from a tree, entangled in his swing set, right outside his room. Today, a hauled-out log etched with a cross marks the tragic spot. Jacob's room is also where this haunting piece of evidence was captured.
He's like, where'd she go?
Oh.
And you can see she was yanked off the bed. This was not a fall. And then they ran out. And we're going to show you in regular screen.
Hey, man. This is a good yank.
1541.
I gotta see that again.
I mean, honestly, if that is real, it's genuinely the most shocking footage I've ever seen. Because even in Paranormal Activity, that ghost is like,
oh, there's a part where the yanks are pretty
yeah, but
good.
it really pulls, you know? At first, it's kind of like with the chicken feet, but this one was like, is this Jacob's room?
This is Jacob's room. Wow, this is a palatial child's room.
Really nice. Oh, they got a little toy in a case? Is this, okay, evil bears.
What's with all the medicine in here?
This is the yank room.
Oh, yeah.
This
is where you come to get yanked.
Yeah.
Not just because this was a brothel.
Sorry, there's bugs flying.
This is a child's room.
Well, this doll looks fucked up. Yeah, that's the most fucked up doll I've ever seen.
And we've been to an island of fucked up dolls. That looks like it'd be right at home.
Jesus Christ.
So what we're gonna do in here is we're actually gonna do the Estes method. I just wanna see if we could figure out what happened to Jacob.
The Estes method is a technique when one person wears noise-canceling headphones connected to the spirit box, becoming a human speaker system by repeating exactly what they hear. The other person facilitates communication with spirits by asking questions and attempting to elicit clear and direct responses.
Okay, I got it going. Marie.
I don't know any Marie in here. I don't see any Marie. There's a Maddie here.
I almost sounded like Toby, but it was just a guy singing like, oh yeah.
Jacob, I'm reaching out to you right now. I'm very sorry about what happened to you. I'm just trying to figure out what it is that happened to you exactly. Nobody knows. So could you help me out? And maybe if you help me out, we could help you.
Timber,
you were hanged on a tree. Is that what you're talking about? Some people think it's perhaps a shadow man or a dark figure that did something to you. That doesn't sound right to me, though. Do you know anything about a shadow man, Jacob?
all day.
What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Oh my God, all the hair is standing up on my arm right now. You know anything about a shadow man, Jacob?
All day.
What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? I heard the loudest, just a big breath, and it came from that. I'm so scared to go over. Okay, Jacob, is he here? Is he in the room right now? Jacob? I'm not even kidding. Somebody behind this curtain?
Dead?
You're dead behind the curtain? Okay. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. What's behind this curtain? Fuck, my heart's beating so fast. It's a window, but it's sealed up by board. Oh my God. That has gotta be one of the scariest things that's ever happened to me on one of these hunts. Oh my God.
A top!
Who's in here with us? And why are you messing with us? The Shadow Man. Does Shadow Man have anything to do with that, Jacob? You said he was dead. Jacob, was it an accident what happened to you out there? Some people think that you might have just got tangled up in the swing. Did it have nothing to do with the Shadow Man? You were over here. Do it again.
Ryan!
No fucking way. Did you just say my name? Do you know my name? Dude. I thought it was this fucking air conditioning. I'm just, for everybody at home, you might be saying maybe it was this air conditioning unit. This isn't plugged in. And the window has wood. It's just a wooden wall behind this. So I don't know what the fuck that was.
All day!
It was pretty well timed, and then we got dead right after them. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to...
Open cargo!
You want me to open the window again? You want me to go towards the window?
Truck!
As in, like, keep trucking, or what does that mean? You want me to put the gun away? Is this upstairs? There's an upstairs here? There's an upstairs here? I just heard a footstep. Is there somebody up there? What the fuck was it? So there's broken glass in here, so they had to board it up. So it looks like on the other side of this window
Animal!
is Jacob's memorial, and this is also boarded up. Okay. Let's try this one more time. I'll put the gun away. See, look, everyone.
Still watching!
Okay, yeah, watch. Gun's in, buckling it up. It's just holy water. See, we're good now. Was that you, Toby? I don't even like talking to you. Who am I talking to right now? Am I talking to Jacob? Do you want us to leave? Okay. We're gonna get out of here. And we're good. You can take off.
We're good?
Take the headphones. Take that. Dude.
What?
That was fucking crazy.
What was?
I asked, is there the Shadow Man in here, or is the Shadow Man, does that mean anything to you? And the loudest, just like, it sounded almost like a growl breath. Like really loud. Came from right here. And I looked behind thinking maybe it's a breeze to the window. There is no window, it's a fucking wooden wall. Then I thought maybe this thing turned on, not plugged in. That window is a wooden wall. Mark
sure
heard
that
it too.
Wasn't the radio?
No.
Because the radio did make...
No.
At one point it wasn't a word, but it was like a...
No, trust me, this was not. You ask him.
Right, well just double check my mic and see if it sounds close to it when you...
Moving upstairs, we'll inspect Joshua's room. Born after his brother Jacob's death, Joshua is said to have been deformed with webbed fingers, webbed toes, and an enlarged head. Many groups have had toys and balls moved by his spirit, which resides near the spot he was beaten to death. Joshua and Jacob's mother, Sarah Kyle's blood, can still be seen on the stairway where she was murdered trying to save Joshua. Many claim to have seen her as an apparition of a lady with long black hair clad in a blue dress.
Tight.
Yikes. Yikes.
Cool.
An unfortunate thing to have happened here.
Sure.
Well, that's a lot to process there, and why don't we just get over there and try and find these ghosts. So we're gonna go up these stairs now. Oh, God. Sarah? Are you here? I'm really sorry about what happened to you. We're just trying to see if you want to talk. That's it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Let's see if we can get some responses. I don't like this house, man. Okay.
Casket, eggs.
All right.
Okay, casket and eggs. Don't know what that has to do with anything. Sarah, we're reaching out to you.
Radio. Several.
Several what?
Men.
Sarah Kyle. I'm reaching out to Sarah Kyle right now. Or Joshua. Or I guess Uncle Lester. We're going to slowly move up the staircase now. You could use this device to talk to us as we move up. Mistress. Oh! Oh, shit! Whoa, what the fuck was that? Did you hear that?
That was a weird.
Oh! Oh, shit! It sounded like an animal, almost like a... What the fuck was that?
I don't know what that was.
This is up where Toby is.
That was a weird noise. What was that noise?
I don't know. Who was that? Show yourself.
It sounded like a ping pong ball or something.
No, it sounded like an animal, honestly.
Or an animal.
Norman. Joshua's room right there.
From over here?
Stop. Is there somebody in there? Joshua's room? Joshua, is that you?
Land.
I'm just gonna walk in there very slowly.
That was a very strange noise.
That was a very strange noise. I don't like this house. Oh, I just got really dizzy right here.
Diction.
Jesus fucking Christ, this is where they kept him. Come on, man. So it was said that he had a little crawl space that he would use in here. This is fucked up. What was that noise?
I don't know.
It sounded like,
Yeah, it did.
which to me sounds like an animal of some sort.
Yeah, it was like those aliens from the Tomorrow War.
Yeah, or kind of like the ones in Signs.
Yeah, or Signs.
So yeah, it was said that he had a crawl space that he could access.
Nice.
Oh boy. So here's what we're gonna do. I think we could put the Busabi in there.
The Flux 2, aka the Busabi, is a device equipped with multiple sensors designed to detect changes in motion and distance in two opposite directions, as well as shifts in temperature. The color-changing lights and alarm will get brighter and louder the closer a person or presence gets to either side of the device.
Okay, Joshua. If you're hearing my voice and you're seeing that blue flashing thing, you could make it turn green or you could make it turn right if you come from the left or the right. Let me show you. Here's coming from the left. That's how you make it turn green. See, now it's green. If you come from the right, you can make it turn red. We're gonna use this to communicate with you. After that goes away, I'm gonna ask you a question and I'm gonna assign an answer to green and an answer to red. Does that make sense? Okay. Joshua, I know this is probably an obvious question, but I do have to ask you, did you like it being in this room? Make green for yes, red for no. One more time. Joshua, did you like being in this?
What was that? I genuinely don't know what that was.
What the fuck, dude?
You think it was like a bird flying into the roof?
I don't know. There's been weird things happening in this house all day.
That was weird.
What the fuck was that? We just heard a loud bang when I asked Joshua if he liked being in this
That was
room.
pretty bonkers.
One more time. Joshua, did you like being in this?
I mean, I genuinely think that was like a bird flying into the roof, or I don't know.
Joshua, was that you? Joshua, if that was you, make that turn green.
That was genuinely, I think, the most exciting thing that's happened in 3 seasons of Ghost Files.
You didn't hear the thing that happened downstairs.
That was bonkers.
That was pretty fucking scary. Joshua, do you know who banged over there? Was that you? Joshua, do you want us to go or do you want us to stay? Go for green, stay for red. Okay, we're gonna switch it up. I'm gonna now use a little box called an ovilus, and you can maybe use this to reach out to us.
Vague.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Sure.
Yeah, please,
A go.
Go.
please communicate with us, Joshua.
What was it?
It's green.
It's green.
I said, please communicate. Okay, you want to communicate. Yes, great. Please communicate with us, Joshua.
What was it?
It's green.
It's green.
Okay, let's ask the question again. Is the person next door,
Upon.
Toby, good or bad? Green for good, red for bad.
Hunting. Crayon.
Joshua, that is.
Ryan's gonna be up here by himself later. All these tricks you've done tonight, the knocking, the growling.
Club.
That's when you really want to get him.
No, I would rather you do it now. I'm not gonna be nice later. Unlock, I.
Closet.
Unlock, I, closet. The door is open. The crawl space is open.
Scan. Guess.
You want me to scan the closet and guess where you are? I'm not going in there.
Yeah.
I'll poke my head in, Joshua. If I see your little face,
Foreign.
I might scream, and I'm not trying to scare you. Okay. Don't see you. I scanned. I didn't see you. You want my buddy to scan?
What do we got in here? I don't see a boy in here. No little children running around.
Okay, Joshua, I think we're gonna move on. This has been very fun, though. Okay, we're gonna move to the next room.
On the way to change our batteries for the next investigation, we captured this chilling moment.
Wait, hold on, everyone be quiet.
What set
What set it off?
No one was in here.
Was it this?
No, it was this.
No, there's a little
it
thing
was
in here.
this little girl on the. This play.
Were you recording still?
No, I just started recording.
Did you get?
I panned over to the very end of it when it was
It
going.
was still
on.
going?
Yeah.
Could you go over to that? And this is in Toby's room. We were just in between takes. That went off somehow in this room. No one was in there.
How do you even set it off?
I don't even. What is that?
I don't even know how. I honestly don't. I don't know what sets that off. That didn't go off the entire time.
The final area of our investigation is Toby's room. The family living here in the 80s reportedly practiced in the occult, leaving mementos of their rituals, including dried sage and remnants of a pentagram. It is said one ritual opened a portal which allowed a demon named Toby to cross into the home. Toby allegedly has multiple personalities, each with violent and sadistic tendencies, which manifests as causing people to have violent mood swings and throwing objects at those who enter the room. If he throws something at us, it won't be just our moods that's swinging, it'll be our fists. Let's fucking go. Yeah, we're gonna give this demon the business. He's gonna see my pistol.
So Toby's
Not a euphemism, my actual pistol.
Yeah. Toby's a demon.
He is a demon, allegedly.
It's not an imposing name. Toby.
No.
I always hear the name Toby and I hear it as Toby. You know?
Well, I just think of Toby from The Office.
Toby. It's just not a scary
Actually,
name.
the actor who plays Toby, if that was what the demon looked like, that would be quite scary, actually. But I have to say, I have my holy water pistol.
Right.
I have the unscratchable Shane.
Yeah.
What could go wrong? Okay.
It's a nice little tune. Oh, okay.
Let's move into Toby's room.
Okay. We literally, so as we were passing this just now, this little lady on her horse.
It's some sort of robot. So we're trying to figure out how it's triggered. I don't know if it's motion or if it's just on a timer.
But she hasn't made noise all night. I'm helping you out here. She hadn't made
And
noise
I'm
all night.
helping you out in that it could be on a timer.
That's true.
So we could figure that out.
I think we jiggled her around a bit and she started doing it again.
Let's jiggle her again.
Let's jiggle her.
Let's get jiggy with it. This is Toby's room. This is, of course, the big bad of the house, the demon.
They made a little room for him?
I guess
I wouldn't do that.
Hello. I guess I don't like talking to this fucking guy. I'm gonna put this right here.
Hey. Oh, her hand fell off. Whoops.
Yep, we're good now. What a fun house.
Ma'am.
A fun house with great history. I love being in this house so much. I know you're here because of some assholes
you getting
doing.
blips over there?
They did some sort of pentagram ritual.
Ooh.
Now that is for sure a response. Is that why you're here? Is that why you turned to green? Are you here because of the pentagram? If you are, can you make the red light turn on?
Yeah, there's balls everywhere, man.
Toby, can you get closer to that green light? Are you here because of the assholes who were here before that summoned you in the pentagram? There used to be a pentagram up here somewhere.
If you're afraid of Ryan, Toby, hit that green or that red.
If you're not afraid of me, approach the blue light.
Approach, Toby.
Or better yet, if you want us to leave, approach the green light.
Toby don't like us.
Do you really want us to leave? Get closer to the green light. All right, I'm gonna turn something on to help you, maybe. Maybe you just want to talk. Let's talk.
Toby, I don't believe that you're a real...
Okay. Do you not like him saying that he doesn't believe in you? If you're real, show us. Get close to that light. Okay.
This lady's still not making any noises.
No, I don't understand it. Got a ping over there. Toby, is that you over there? You could talk to us or you could get closer to the light.
Show us how strong you are, Toby!
First off, could you say my name? Ryan or Shane? Let us know you're here.
This is Toby? Incredible. This guy's cool. This guy parties.
Get out or uh-oh? Yeah? If you want us to get out, go close to that blue light over there. Oh my God.
That's a thing that Toby allegedly responded to earlier as well.
It is.
He wanted us to leave.
Is this Toby talking to us to get out, or are you telling us to get out because Toby's here? I just heard something over there.
Huh?
I said? Yeah? Are you guys scared of us right now? Is that a yeah? You don't have to be scared of us. Killed you? Did you say kill you? Do you want to kill us? Let's go investigate that sound.
Anybody over here? Any Tobys? Nice little Tobys?
Oh, there we go. Works.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything in here.
This is the bootlegger room. This house was used during the Prohibition to bootleg. Jacob played the violin. He did not like it.
Oh.
Jacob, are you in? Is this your violin? Okay, I thought I heard something in here. Was nobody over here? So apparently if you steal money from this cash register, it pisses everybody off in here. Wow, look at all that change he's taking. Are you feeling pretty angry? Oh, he's taking more. You better stop him. Oh my God, he's a madman. You better come close to us next to that blue light.
Gotta put some Purell on after that.
Okay, well, we are gonna leave now, and I am sad to say that, not because I like you, but because when I come back, I'm gonna be alone. And I will have my gun.
I'm more excited for you to do this solo than pretty much any other one we've ever done.
Yeah, well, that makes one of
you're
us.
gonna go fucking crazy.
I'm gonna lose my mind in here, dude. Wow, very glad. And now we move to the final phase of the hunt, our individual investigations of the haunted Hill House, because I'm due for a colonoscopy and a spectral rectal exam. Sounds kind of timely, actually.
That'll be nice.
In this season, we are changing things up for these solos. We're making them worse. I don't have a walkie.
We thought the walkie would help you.
Yeah, I don't have a walkie. We're making each other do things that we have to do. And I will be forced to do something that you guys have suggested for me, very kindly, I assume, right? Not mean at all, not something that's gonna make me crack. Let's get out there. Let's just get this over.
Here's how our solo investigation will work. Shane and I will each brave 20 minutes of solid alone time in the location. Shane will go first, and during his investigation, he will have to tackle 3 challenges that I've personally designed for him. Once his 20 minutes are up, it's my turn for 20 minutes of alone time, except after I've accomplished the 3 challenges Shane has created for me, I'll have to do 1 extra challenge suggested by you, the viewers. The investigation ends when the time runs out or when the challenges are all completed, whichever occurs last. Let the ghostly games begin.
All right.
Okay.
On that big old noggin. Now, this season we're doing something a little bit different. The contents of this envelope contain 3 challenges, which I imagine will melt your brain. But
Okay.
I think you're just gonna giggle at these.
All right. Well, what, 20 minutes?
20 minutes, get those done.
All
no
right.
walkie this season.
No walkie, which
Much
I
to
think
my
is
own-
better for you,
well,
honestly.
because I have no tether to the outside world now. Yeah, he's gonna be fine. He's gonna have a great time in there.
I'm in the house all alone. Isn't that lovely?
A couple new things, by the way, just some housekeeping here at the top of this. Shane is wearing a heart rate monitor, and that way we could track how he's feeling throughout the investigation. I, for one, am fascinated to see if he's actually as calm as he lets on.
Well, why don't I settle down in here by their little coyote friend, see what he's got to say. And I'll read my envelope. Really stunning wax seal.
But here are the challenges I had for Shane, and I'll go through what I was thinking when I made these. And I'll preface this with the fact that it's very, very hard to come up with challenges for Shane because he's just gonna think these are all hilarious. So I didn't really try to scare him or be like a dick that much. I just did things that I thought would annoy him, honestly.
Very juvenile. Bend over and present your ass to Big Dick Tom for poking in the scratcher room for at least 3 minutes. Do not unbend yourself for the entirety, or you will have to start over. Mocking him while doing so optional.
Of course, he's not gonna be scared doing this, but he is a tall, lanky guy, and I imagine if you have to bend over in this position for 3 minutes, at the very least, he's gonna be annoyed.
Scratcher room. Scratcher room. Scratcher room. Great. Oh, while I'm at it, I'll turn on my Ovilus.
Salvation.
Lovely. Hey, Tom. It's me. I'm here in the scratching room, and I invite you to scratch me or do that thing that many claim you do, which is, I don't know, what do people haven't really clarified what it is you're doing. Reports of a odd sensation in the nethers down south over there, but you know, in the rear. You're welcome to. I've not felt any disturbances from any ghosts at any point in my career, so if the first one was this, it would, you know, really be something to write home about. But go on and get up in there if you feel obligated or intrigued. It's a little sweaty.
Who knows, maybe Tom will give him a nice little probe. Wouldn't that be nice?
Hey, Tom. Gonna need you to get your little pinky finger up my butthole. Because that's how we prove this kind of thing. I'm in the scratching room, by the way. You can also scratch me. 600 people scratched. Get out of here. Scratch away, folks. You've never had a more willing participant. My hole remains poked. So that's a score for me, I guess. Challenge number 2, lay on the bed in the same room and ask to be scratched.
If you're wearing a button-up shirt, undo a couple for more appeal. Roll up your pant legs and your sleeves as well. Give this a good 2 minutes. This is just standard investigation stuff, but maybe we'll get some evidence here, because this is also a way for me to force him to investigate and take it a little seriously. He didn't even take an EVP in there. Didn't even take an audio recorder. That's like the #1 piece of kit you need as a ghost hunter, and he said no. It's right here in my utility belt.
No beds here. I guess I'll go upstairs. Anyone here, feel free to scratch. That's an open invite. I know we're technically in the scratcher room right now, but you can, have at me. Big fan of Greta. Hey, Greta, I don't think we heard much about you, but you're Greta? You can move, and you can whistle. Why don't you do that for me? Huh? Come on, Greta. I'm realizing that she probably can't whistle or move because her mouth is plastic. Don't you know how to whistle, Greta?
You put your lips together and blow.
That's right, Greta. Okay, I'm going up to, oh fuck, Greta's head fell off. I'm sorry, Greta. Oh man. I'm sorry, Greta. I'm a bad friend. Okay. Sorry, darling. Hey, everybody. It's me now. You remember me from earlier? Was there a bed up here? Is this where the bed was? No, there's no bed up here. Where is the bed? There's a bed downstairs? Okay, looking for a bed. Oh, here we go. Great. This was the room where Ryan heard a growl.
You know anything about a shadow man, Jacob?
All day!
What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that?
All right, what does it say here? Lay on the bed in the same room and ask to be scratched. Roll up your pant legs and your sleeves as well. Give this a good 2 minutes. And I roll up the pant legs. Great. Look at these beautiful gams. There's a bunch of these mosquito hawks everywhere. I keep getting bit by mosquitoes. These are not scratches. Give me a scratch. Look at the 2 big, lovely legs just for you. Got my calves out, and it would be the thrill of a lifetime if you hopped in here and just took care of that for me. It's an exciting episode. A lot has happened. A lot of noises, which is honestly more than happens at most places. And I don't think any of them are ghosts. I think they're just fucking noises. It's an old house. The Bergara people, they hear a noise and get excited. That's a fun ep for them. We're going overtime on the scratch clock, in case you want to get some in. Prove me wrong.
Number 3, lay on the pentagram. Well, that doesn't even exist anymore, so I guess you're just gonna lay on the ground in Toby's room and ask to have something thrown at your head, because Toby is known to do that.
Going up to Toby's room, gonna put my gams away. All right, going up to Toby's room. Religion.
Measure.
Religion nanny measure.
Daring.
Ow, fucking Jesus Christ. Toby's room? Toby's room. Pentagram. Pentagram? Well, I don't necessarily see a pentagram in here, but this is Toby's room. I guess I'll come over here and lay by this thing. All right, Toby. I do beg of you, sweet boy, to throw something at my head. Heavier the better. All right, Toby, my man, look, nobody else is here right now. All yours. It's between you and me. I won't even record it. I won't record it, Toby. All the cameras are off. So, throw something at my head.
Substances.
Throw substances at my head. Toby. Toby, I'm leveling with you. I'm a pal. I'm cool. You throw something at my head. I won't fret. I'll roll with it.
Should I open the door?
Oh, I hear people downstairs.
Shane?
Yeah?
Jesus Christ, it's dark in there. Oh boy, it's my turn.
All right.
Yo, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. This is crazy. This is straight up nuts. Any fun stuff?
One of your challenges said something about a pentagram.
Yeah, it's no longer there anymore.
Oh boy, brother.
Yep, here we
That's
go.
the scariest 20 minutes of my life. I'm never gonna forget that.
Yeah.
Scratches all up and down my body.
I'm sure.
You're not gonna like it. I'll tell you that much.
Why, I knew that already, so. Well, shall we?
Yeah, looks good. You look strong.
On the outside.
These are your challenges?
Oh, look, a green little, it's beautiful.
I think I kind of phoned in the third one, so I'm gonna switch it up because I have all this money that I stole from the inside.
So apparently if you steal money from this cash register, it pisses everybody off in here. Wow, look at all that change he's taking.
It's too much money to steal, so go put it back.
Wait a second, so you're saying I have to do 3 challenges plus this challenge?
Sure.
No.
Skip the third one then and put this money back. Go on.
Nice.
All right, have fun.
All right. Oh, shit. All right, motherfuckers. First challenge. Read your... What the fuck? I can't do this. I'm not doing this. There's no way I can do this.
We'll censor it.
I don't care if you'll censor it. Fuck that. This is bullshit. All right, motherfucker. I want you to know I have a gun.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So I want you to think about that before you try and pull any shit. Put the fucking money back. There, it's back. I am now supposed to read my full address aloud to Toby the Demon and formally invite him to join me for dinner with Mari and Vinny. Do not imply that you're joking or don't backtrack it on it anyway. I can't believe I'm about to do this. I can't do this! Oh my God! What the fuck? What the fuck? The fucking doll went off! Yo! The fucking doll went off! I'm not reading my address! There's no way I'm doing this!
Remember, you can't leave until you do the challenges.
I will invite him for dinner. I'm not reading my address.
Read it.
No! I'm not giving my address out for a demon to possibly come endanger my wife and my little baby doggy. It will not happen. I will only endanger myself. I think that's fair. I'm skipping to challenge 2 just for now. Oh, God. All right. Read this aloud to Big Dick Tom. I got a gun. I have a gun. Remember that. I'll fucking kill your ass. All right, Big Dick Tom. Hi, Big Dick Tom. I know you're alleged to have a doink so sizable that it would put John Hamm to shame, but there's a new sheriff in town, and his name is Big Bob Bergoose. That's right, I'm hanging Buku Beanbag down there in a big old monstrosity of a sack that'll put your pitiful little pipe to shame. Yes, these balls of mine are quite large, and it looks like I've got Krang in the head.
Giving it all he's got, which I like to hear. Oh, I wrote a lot, huh? This is pretty long.
Make a clonking noise that a bowling ball makes when it shoots out of the hole and rejoins the other balls.
This is a very long speech about his balls.
Yes, my balls are debilitatingly big, Tom. They are, hold, a medical burden that I continue to grapple with every day of my life. And for your boasting and pride.
See, this is good, honestly.
Look upon my big, big balls, Tom. Look upon them and weep, for they are your undoing.
Yeah, he nailed it. That sounded really lovely.
I think that's it. I think that's it.
Oh, he's got extra challenges. Oh, he's got the social challenge from the people on the internet. That's fun. They're gonna make him do a Bloody Mary. She's not here.
I'll tell you what, I'll do the Bloody Mary ritual because I'm not doing the fucking demon one. I'm not gonna do that. There is noises coming from this house. I just heard a little beep and some sort of like fucking noise and went, ah. I'm not gonna do that. All right. Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. I'm actually surprised that didn't work. Okay, I did the Bloody Mary ritual.
Okay.
God, I fucking hate this house. Okay, I'm in the carousel room. If there's somebody in here with me, little children, ha ha ha, hello, look at me, I'm a child too, hee hee hee. Can you play with some of these toys in front of me? Can you make any of them move? Oh my God. Oh my God, there's toys hanging from the ceiling. Serious question now for all of you kids. If you want to talk, just go ahead and move a toy. But if not, can any of you tell me what actually happened to Jacob? I just heard something. Was that one of you? I heard something over there. I'm very scared right now, so if you're scared, just know I'm really scared too. Nothing on the camera. What the fuck? I just heard a really loud voice that said he's dead. Nothing on the camera. Nothing on the camera. What the fuck? Who's dead? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Ah! Remember, I have a gun. Hey, Shane, are you fucking with me right now? I heard do it. I heard a really loud whisper, do it. I will do it. Come down here and I'll do it. I will admit I'm not brave enough to go up those stairs right now. Come down the stairs, motherfucker, try me. Oh my God, I'm so fucking scared. Oh my God, oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna step out of the room now. I'm gonna go towards the axe room because I haven't gone in there. What up, bitch? Listen up, fuckface, I'm not coming back up there. If you wanna get me, you're gonna have to come down here. Looking in the mirror, I see my face. Calm down, calm down, calm down. This is the Shadow Man room. Shadow bitch! You wanna get shot today? Make my fucking day. Oh my God, this gun is saving my life. Okay, this is where I heard some crazy shit in here. Oh my God, this is the fucking room. Remember, I have a gun. Not for you, Jacob. What happened to you? Oh my God, that's where the noise was. I can't do it. Can't do it. This is where that lady is seen hanging sometimes and they hear the rope. I heard very loud whispers. Jesus Christ. All right. I'm doing this for you at home. I hope you fucking know that. I will shoot you in the fucking face. Toby? I will do it. I hate fucking demons. I hate them. Is that you? If that's you, get closer to the device. I just heard the Busabi go off. Get closer to the light. The fuck is that noise? It's a little beep. What is that? It's just me and you now, baby boy. Want this to be your last day, motherfucker? I could arrange that. God damn, this blows. The fucking time is it? I'm breaking the rules. I'm looking at the time. This is bullshit. This feels like I've been here forever. Why am I hearing things in this room? What's in this room? Oh, thank God, my timer. Oh, fucking get me the fuck out of here. Oh. Jesus Christ.
I've never seen you leave a location so
Oh my God, dude, just what the luck that my timer will go off by the door.
What exactly happened in there?
So you weren't fucking with me?
No, I was sitting here the whole time.
I heard some very clear voices. Let's just put it that way. Very clear.
Is this the most unnerving place we've ever been on Ghost Files?
Yeah, I don't like it.
You're in luck, because we're done.
I didn't do the first challenge, though. You know that.
You got to go back in.
I'm not doing it. Look, man, I will endanger myself. I can't endanger my family. I'm not going to do it.
Didn't do a challenge.
Hey, you can't make me...
Is that how we're doing it this season?
You leave the family out of it. You got to leave the family out of it.
Okay, so one challenge failed. We can keep track of this.
It's bullshit. This is a bullshit.
These are going to come back to haunt you, let me tell you.
Attacking my wife and my child.
Hey,
my
I'm not
furry
attacking.
Child. Unbelievable.
I'm simply telling you to
You asked me
invite
to
a demon
invite a
to
demon
dinner.
to my house.
Right.
That's crazy.
I mean, you know.
It's not even a scary thing in the moment. It's just going to be scary later.
You gotta trust me on this, you know? Also, no one said keep the family out of it.
You would assume that's like gangsters do that.
As the healing wells have run dry, the house has overflowed with reports of paranormal activity. Did we actually hear the growl of a demon or a shadow man? What went bump inside Joshua's room? Did I actually hear a voice during my solo investigation? Our job as investigators is to collect and present questions, possibilities. Interpretation, however, lies solely with you. But for now, the mysteries of the haunted Hill House can now be locked away in the Ghost Files.
Road Files Seen Haunted Hill House, Take 1.
I'm not exaggerating when I say it might have been one of the scariest investigations I've ever had.